Good evening, Houston. Thanks so much for being here at tonight's virtual design update meeting for the Edgewood Park Multi-Use Detention Basin project. I'm Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works, and I'm excited to connect with you all. Tonight, we're diving into some design updates that will improve the safety and mobility for your area. This project was designed with you in mind, and your voice matters to us. We want to hear your thoughts, answer your questions, and work together to build a stronger, more resilient Houston. Before we jump in, we kindly ask you hold your questions until the end of the presentation. We want to make sure you get all the information you need, and many of your questions might be answered along the way. Plus, saving your questions for the Q&A means we can keep things flowing smoothly. Don't worry, rest assured we have plenty of time at the end just for you to get the answers you're looking for. Thanks so much for your cooperation, and now let's get started. This project is in one of the most active and engaged parts of our city, District D, and representing this dynamic district is your phenomenal council member, Carolyn Evans-Shabazz. Council member Evans-Shabazz, the floor is yours.
Well, good afternoon, Kenya. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Certainly, I am honored to be the council member for District D, what I call the District of Destination. And I want to say good evening to everyone, and thank you for joining us for this important community conversation. As council member of the district, I am always excited to see many of our neighbors, partners, and stakeholders engaged in shaping the future of our community. I'm very glad, I believe this is being taped, and so it can certainly be shared with the community at another time. So I especially want to thank you, Kenya, and your team, and the Edgewood Park community for showing up and engaging in this important discussion. This town hall is about keeping you informed, listening to your concerns, and making sure that your voice helps guide the work we do. I want to thank our project team for their dedication and for bringing forward these design updates. District D deserves infrastructure and public spaces that reflect the pride, history, and vibrancy of our neighborhoods. Tonight's conversation is one step toward that vision. I encourage you to share your questions, ideas, and perspectives during the Q&A or process afterwards, after so that we can move forward together. Again, thank you again for your time and participation, and let's get started. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So here this evening is a key leader from Houston Public Works, Assistant Director Tanu Hiremith. She plays an important role in helping bring projects like this one to life. Now she's here to introduce the talented project team working behind the scenes to make this vision a reality. Please welcome Assistant Director Hiremith.
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, District D. Good evening, Houston, and good evening to all the wonderful people who have joined us today to hear this important update. I take a great pleasure in introducing my project team who have worked diligently and very hard to bring this project about for you all. Our project manager from the City of Houston side is Masador Mullah, and his team lead, who is our managing engineer, is Prakash Lutel. We also have our engineering consultants, or our engineer of record on this project, which is HR Green. We have our project manager, Scott Cunningham, from HR Green with us today. With that, right back to you, Kenya. Thank you.
Thanks, Tanu. Now here's what's in store for tonight's presentation. First, we'll dive into the details of the project. Then we'll bring you up to speed on the latest design updates and what's coming next. And finally, we'll wrap things up with a Q&A session where you'll have the chance to get your questions answered. So let's get started. This project provides for the construction of a detention pond to reduce the risk of structural flooding, street ponding, and increase flood resiliency in residential areas. This exciting project will transform a section of Edgewood Park into a dynamic multi-use recreation facility, seamlessly blending athletic space with vital stormwater detention infrastructure. A brand new sports field will not only serve the community's recreational needs, but also enhance flood resilience in the area. Backed by a $4.6 million budget, the project is currently in the design phase, with construction tentatively set to begin next summer. Before construction starts, Houston Public Works will host a virtual How to Prepare for Construction meeting to ensure the community is informed and ready. This project is a step forward in making our city stronger and safer, and we're excited to bring you along the journey. Now, to walk us through some exciting design updates, we're joined by Prakash Lutel with Houston Public Works and Scott Cunningham with HR Green. Both have been hard at work shaping a vision that reflects this community's needs. We're thrilled to have you both with us tonight. Thank you for being here. Prakash?
Thank you very much, Ms. Williams. Good evening, everyone. This is Prakash Little, and I had a privilege to meet you all during our face-to-face public meeting we had before. Based on that, we have improved our design slightly to accommodate more runoff from the street towards the multi-use detention basin. So the project objective is to reduce the street ponding mainly along South Bank Street and Belfort Avenue, in addition to mitigating runoff from the new community park that is going to be built. So as we already said, the project will provide multi-use for the area. During extreme rainfall event, the park area, this is a shallow ditch on the park area, so this will provide as storage for runoff during when the rainfall happens, and other events that will get dry up, and people can use the function of those parks. And in addition to multi-use of that park, we are going to improve sidewalks and other amenities in the park. So that will help us to maximize the utilizations of the park. Next slide, please. So as you can see, I know when we had meetings, some constituents had concerns about the area. That's why we have improved, as I said, that's why we have improved our design to accommodate more runoff from South Bank side. As you can see here, the bottom green on the drawing right next to the South Bank Street, that will capture more runoff from the street. More runoff from the street on that small pond. The pond towards the sports field, towards the right, is about average 2 feet depth. And to the left is about 4 feet depth. And also what we have provided is we have provided some kind of safety and treatment on the pipe so that there will be no any animals or anything able to get into the pipe. As you can see on the bottom right of the exhibit, there is some example of how it looks. Thank you. So with this, I would like to ask HR Green, engineer of record, design engineer, Scott Cunningham, to present further other slides. Thank you.
Scott, you're on mute.
I got the camera on. This slide here shows the tree removal and replacement for the project. There are many trees surrounding the basin that we're going to try to preserve and protect them. And there is one that we're going to transplant to save the tree. We're also going to be planting additional trees in yellow around the basin. It helps with visual disruptions and also provides shade for people that want to enjoy the park and have picnics. Next slide, please. This is an image that was rendered using a 3D software by our landscape architects. This shows an angle of the detention basin from South Bank Street looking to the southeast. This is the skinny part, a little bit more deep in this area closest to you in the picture, and further away is the football field and the baseball field. That's going to be shallower, and the runoff is going to drain away from the field to the edges of the basin. That swale will pick it up from the edge of the basin, take it underneath the sidewalk, and then into the South Bank storm sewer system. Next, please. Here are a few numbers that we have from the project. You can see here that we'll have stormwater pipes and we'll have new walking trails. The old ones will be removed and replaced with new ones, wider ones. And there's 16 tree replacements. You'll also see maybe one more drain. We're actually thinking of adding that. We should have maybe mentioned that the curb inlet on the street for South Bank, that's going to allow flow into the basin. That's an additional inlet that's going to allow water out of the street and into this detention basin during storm events. And there's 70 linear feet of water lines that's going to be replaced due to conflicts. In addition, there's a few more items in the bottom right corner where the detention pond is going to provide a roughly 7 acre feet, which is 2.25 million gallons. The average depth of the football field, like we mentioned earlier, is 2 feet, and the average depth of that detention on the south side, or the west side closest to South Bank Street, is 4 feet deep. The next steps for this project, we're planning for the planning phase is where it was, but now we're in the design phase. I think they mentioned that earlier. We're submitting the 100% soon. Then the construction phase is planned to start in 2026. Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. So
Thank you.
what do we mean when we say summer 2026? Let's break it down. Here's how we define the seasons in our construction timeline. Summer is July, August, September, and winter is January, February, March. Want to learn more? Dive deeper into the project by visiting engagehouston.org. There you can explore detailed project info and take a closer look at the exhibits we shared today. While you're there, don't forget to register and join the conversation. Your questions, comments, and feedback are always welcome. If this project is of great interest to you, then be sure to hit the subscribe button on the top right corner of the project page. Once you're subscribed, you'll receive email updates delivered straight to your inbox as the project progresses. Stay in the loop with just one click. And now, a brief demo on how to navigate on engagehouston.org.
Welcome to engagehouston.org, your go-to hub for staying informed and involved in Houston's infrastructure projects. Want a different language? Hit the globe icon in the top right corner and select what works for you. Under You Are Invited, you'll find upcoming virtual community meetings, each with a join link that goes live when it's time. Click on any project page to explore budget, timeline, maps, and why it matters. Scroll down for construction info, downloadable plans, and updates. Got questions? Use the FAQ or Engage Us tabs to connect with our team. Use the top menu to explore current reconstruction projects across the city, or type a project name into the search bar. Want full access? Register, pick a username, set a password, answer 3 quick questions, confirm your email, and you're in. That's it. Welcome to engagehouston.org, where Houston meets progress.
We're always here for you. Got questions or concerns during the project? No worries, we've got your back. Need help fast? Just call 311 anytime. Prefer email? Reach out to us directly at engage@houstontx.gov. We love hearing from you. Your feedback keeps us moving in the right direction, so let's stay connected. Now, before we wrap up, a big thank you. Let's take a moment to show some love to the incredible individuals and teams that made tonight possible. A huge thank you to District D and staff for their unwavering support. Councilmember Evan Shabazz, you make a difference every day. Shout out to our dedicated project team for their hard work and commitment to improving our community. And let's not forget our amazing engagement team for making this meeting seamless and engaging. But most importantly, thank you. Your time, attention, and participation mean the world to us. Now, we have one small favor to ask. Spread the word. Share what you've learned today with your friends and neighbors, and let's keep our community informed and empowered. And now it's Q&A time. One of the best parts about being here tonight, you get exclusive real-time answers from our incredible project team. This is your moment to ask, clarify, and get details straight from the experts. So don't be shy, fire away. And now let me introduce one of our engagement team members who can keep the conversation flowing or help us keep the conversation flowing. Ryan Prillman with the fantastic engagement team. Take it away, Ryan.
Thanks for the introduction, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Perlman with Houston Public Works. Thank you for joining us for tonight's virtual meeting regarding the Edgewood Park Detention Basin project, and welcome to the Q&A session. This is your opportunity to connect with our team, ask questions, and share your thoughts about this project. Your input is incredibly valuable, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Submitting a question is simple. Just follow these steps. Click the Q&A icon on the right-hand side of your screen. It looks like a speech bubble with a question mark. Type your question into the text box and hit send. Please include your name and email if your question requires additional research. While we wait for your questions to come in, just a quick reminder, tonight's Q&A is not the end of the conversation. If you think of something later, feel free to join us at engagehouston.org. With that, let's get started. All right, we have a question here for the project team. What utilities are included in this design?
I think let me ask Scott, you want to go for this?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Utilities included in this include obviously stormwater utilities. There's a water line relocation, which should be maybe a 1 day out of service issue. There's also a gas line that's going to be relocated, and a street light lamp line that's going to be relocated, not a gas line.
Thank you, Scott. All right, next question. Where can I learn more about this project and see updates? Okay, I can answer that one. Everything you need to know about the Edgewood Park project is going to be available at engagehouston.org. You'll find project overviews and answers to frequently asked questions. If you want to stay informed, please subscribe to the project page and you'll get notified automatically when updates are posted. We have another question. What specific flooding problems does the Edgewood Park Basin design to reduce? Streets, homes, or intersections?
So I can take that question, Ryan. On any given rainfall event, the street, which is South Bank Street, on the west side of the park area, floods a lot. It's impassable on those streets. So mainly for that, so this will reduce flooding mainly along South Bank Street and also along Belfort Avenue.
Thank you, Prakash.
Welcome.
Ryan, I just want to add to that. By reducing street flooding, the other ones that you just mentioned, structures and things, are automatically mitigated as well. So it's kind of a domino effect. You reduce this flooding on the streets, then you prevent or you mitigate flooding to the structures as well.
Thank you, Tanu. All right, let's see. If you have any other questions, this is your time, your opportunity to ask questions to our project team. Everyone is here for your questions if you have any. All right, and I know we covered this in the presentation, but it's a question about trees. Does this design impact any trees?
It does, and as a consultant has said earlier, I think I would like to request HR Green Scott to explain a little bit more about that, please.
Yes, there are a few trees that are going to be removed, but more are going to be planted. And once, I think there's a few that are actually going to be transplanted. So there are a few trees that may go away, and most of them are going to be protected.
Thank you, Scott. All right. We have Cynthia, the Precinct 239 neighborhood president, Civic Club president. How can we log back to see this recorded video again once the meeting is over? So Cynthia, this video will be available within the next 24 hours on our YouTube page, Houston Public Works YouTube page. The recording will be available.
And Ryan, I do want to add that once we post the link, you can go to engagehouston.org, and where you see the meeting where it says you are invited, the link will be there of the recording. So right now it says join, but tomorrow it'll say click to view the meeting. So you can always refer back to engagehouston.org, and the recording will be there.
Thank you, Kenya. All right. And we had another question, but we covered that question earlier in relation to the utility conflicts. All right. Let's see. Do we have any other questions from our guest tonight? Okay. Well, if not, that wraps up our question and answer session for this meeting. On behalf of Houston Public Works, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Councilmember Carolyn Evans Shabazz and the entire District D staff. Thank you for your support. I also want to thank the project team, the public engagement team, and most importantly, you, our community members and stakeholders, for taking the time to join us tonight. Until next time, thank you again and have a great night.